She had always been the kind of woman who could capture attention anywhere. Confident, magnetic, sometimes a bit too flirtatious. When we first met, I thought it was endearing how people were drawn to her, how her laughter could light up any room. I never imagined that very charm would one day be turned against me, used as a weapon to embarrass me in front of the same people who once called us the perfect couple. It all began to fall apart the night she didn't invite me to her office party. Correction. The night she deliberately left me out. She claimed it was a staff-only event to celebrate landing a huge client. I didn't argue. I was a supportive husband. I trusted her. But something about it felt off. It wasn't jealousy. It was instinct, quiet knowing, born from small creeping changes. Phone now locked with a code. Started staying late almost every night, yet never carried a laptop home. Came back smelling of an unfamiliar cologne and said it was her new shampoo. So I waited, watched, listened. I didn't accuse. I simply observed. Stored every inconsistency like silent evidence. Missed calls, vague plans, unconvincing smiles. Then whispers reached me from mutual friends. Awkward glances from her coworkers. When I once showed up unexpectedly to drop off a scarf she'd forgotten, I knew something was wrong. This wasn't paranoia. It was proof. So I dug. Not recklessly but carefully. Meetings on her calendar that didn't exist. Dinner receipts she hid, and then a hotel booking under her name for 2 guests. The same weekend she told me she'd be at a leadership seminar. When I gently confronted her, she cried. Fed me half-truths, said I was paranoid. But liars always talk too much when they should stay silent. And that's when I decided I wouldn't shout, beg, or break. I'd wait, because some truths must explode in public. She handed me the perfect opportunity. It was the biggest night of her company's calendar. A black tie gala for board members and investors. And she walked in with him on her arm, her affair partner, as if I never existed, as if I was just an outdated chapter in her life. Gave me a smug smile that said, "You can't touch me." But I wasn't trying to stop her. I had already reached out to the company's CTO, a former college friend. I'd shown him enough screenshots, details, and quiet concerns to trigger an internal investigation. And tonight, while she raised her champagne glass beside the man who betrayed me with her, she had no idea the room she thought she owned was about to turn on her. I walked in through the ballroom doors wearing the tailored suit she once picked out, uninvited but completely expected, thanks to a tip from inside. Her eyes locked mine. Then fear and confusion. That was the final moment she had any control, 'cause the CTO stepped onto the stage, microphone in. And before we continue tonight's celebration, he said, we must address an urgent ethics issue: misuse of company resources. The screen behind him changed. No smiling team photos. No champagne toast. Just cold evidence. Flagged expenses, fake travel claims. Meetings that never happened, blurred names, familiar dates, and grainy surveillance photos. Hotel lobbies. Restaurant tables. Her holding his hand. Company badge still clipped to her bag. The ballroom went silent. Gasps, whispers. Eyes darting. She stood frozen, glass shaking. Her lover backed away like a roach in the light. I walked slowly through the crowd until I stood before the woman I once vowed to protect. This is the legacy you chose, I said. Then I turned to the CTO. I think your board has all the context it needs. And I walked out. Behind me, voices rose. Questions, denials, HR shouting. Tried to twist the story, to cry, to regain control. But it was already over. Her illusions collapsed under the weight of truth. In the following weeks she faced hearings, investigations, a terminated contract, and my silence. Not out of revenge but closure. Because the night I walked into that ballroom I didn't go to win her back. I went to burn her perfect facade. And when she called me later, begging to explain, claiming she was just lost and trying to find herself, I never answered. 'Cause you don't bargain with arsonists who torch love and call it self-discovery. You let them stand in the wreckage they built. And you walk away with your dignity intact, your silence louder than any word she could ever speak.